Hi everyone, welcome to Smart Charts European session. Hope you're all well. So Wednesday, UK CPI, consumer price inflation, measures the change in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers. Very important metric used by central banks to determine interest rate policy. Market is expecting a rise in inflation in the UK from last month's 2.3% to 2.6%. So that is still relatively high. Central banks around the world, including the Bank of England, prefer it to be around the 2% mark. So it'll be interesting to see if we get any movement there, because tomorrow we do have the Bank of England news announcement, whereas widely expected there won't be any changes in interest rate policy. If today's number is a very big surprise, higher or lower, then maybe those expectations could change. So it could be interesting to see how the pound fares over the next few days. We have been trading a lot of pound pairs. If you're building your watch list that we go through in your trading workshop, you probably have a lot of pound pairs in your watch list because a lot of them have been rising. We've had a lot of strength in the British pound. That will be interesting. Happy to continue to trade the pound today, but again, got to be careful of overexposure, okay? So make sure not too heavily overexposed to the British pound. If there's some really volatile news announcement, big surprise, and a whipsaw volatile price action, you can get hit on all your pound trades. So just be mindful, risk management. We also have the FOMC statement and press conference as well, and it's widely expected the US Federal Reserve will cut interest rates from 4.7 to 4.5%. So that will be interesting as well to see if there's any big surprises, because if you remember, like a few months ago, they did a big surprise, a much bigger than expected interest rate cut, and it caused a huge move in the US dollar and really set a trend for the whole month. So that'll be interesting to see if that develops. But the most important part will be the press conference, because that gives us more insights into what the Federal Reserve are thinking about the state of the US economy and then potential future interest rate cuts, okay? And remember, that's what's most interesting, the future, because we know institutional players will position themselves in the anticipation of future events. So some really high impact news announcements now coming out towards the end of the week, and this is why I've been so focused at the beginning of the week. We had a lot of really good opportunities this week, because when it gets to the high impact news announcements, we've got to be a little bit more cautious, okay, and manage risk to deal with more unexpected volatility. So let's see how that fares. For now, let's dive into Smart Charts and let's get updates on a few things going on. Okay, so here on the market breakout strategy on the 1 hour chart, we have US dollar against the Japanese yen. Now this is a very versatile strategy, one of my favorite ones inside the Smart Charts, utilizing moving averages, the yellow line and blue line, so also fractals as well, the red and green chevrons on the chart. And it's a versatile strategy because it can help identify and trade multiple different types of conditions. And for me, I like to use moving averages. I like to specifically trade in the moving average zone. So what's the moving average zone? Being on your yellow line, on your blue line, anywhere in between that. Why? It gives me a focus, because I can say, look, buys turned up here before in this moving average zone. Maybe they could turn up here again today. Okay, so it just gives me that focus to say, okay, yeah, look, they've been turning up here before, so maybe they can potentially turn up here again today. Now of course there's going to be a period of time where it's just breaking through the moving averages, okay, and in which case this is why we look at other clues as well to stack the probabilities in our favor. So what we actually have is a couple of things, okay? So first of all, what we can see is that price is coming into these low points. You can see all these low points here, which sent price higher. So we're coming into that support area as well. So what we have here is a confluence of support areas where buyers have turned up before. So maybe there's a high probability chance of buyers turning up here again today, okay? So on top of helping to identify potential trading opportunities, Smart Charts will also help to do the risk management side as well. And what you want to be doing is combining the power of algorithmic technology with a human insight pattern recognition. It's a combination of those things that are very powerful. And for many of you know, from the trade certification workshop, your plan is very specific. Every time you turn up, literally one or two things that you're looking for, and we do that consistently over time, and that's how we get a statistical edge working in our favor. If you click the up arrow, it will populate an entry price of the blue dot, stop loss of the red dot, target the green dot, which can all be adjusted according to your own user preferences. And the key here is to keep the risk low, all right? Make sure you're able to deal with the random distributions of wins and losses that develop throughout the season. And then we'd like to set an expiry. So in this instance, we'll give it around to the high impact news announcement, the FOMC press conference later on tonight. So we'll give it around that time to sort of work out over the European and Asia sessions, and then we can review it again in the Asia session. Okay, so we can then simply decline or accept the trade here at the bottom. And basically what that actually means is, if buyers actually don't turn up and go to the entry level, this will just expire, didn't win, didn't lose, didn't cost anything. If they do decide to turn up, trigger into a live open trade, either goes to the target level or it goes to the stop loss level. Make sure you're tuning in to all the other live trading webinars happening throughout the day, because there's some big high impact news announcements coming out of these next few days. So make sure you're navigating them properly and safely, and also are prepared for any potential opportunities coming your way. That's it from me. I'm going to wish you all the best for your trading. Bye for now.